back to Divine Hammers Woodworks. Today we're going to be making a table saw insert for my 1954 Rockwell Beaver 8-inch table saw. It presently has, as you can see, this metal insert here, and as you see there's a lot of space. So we're going to make a zero clearance insert to replace this one out of this piece of half-inch MDF. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to pop the original insert out like this, and then we're going to trace the shape of that insert around it, so we end up with I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but that general shape there. And then we're going to cut this shape out on the bandsaw. So let's get to that. Well, here we are at the bandsaw, and got our piece of MDF here ready to cut out. So you notice I've set the blade guide down so we're not sticking fingers in there. Got my dust extraction hooked up here, so I'm going to turn that on so we're not making lots of dust, because MDF is really dusty and we don't want that all over the place here. So let's get the shop vac turned on and the bandsaw turned on, and we'll get cutting. Well, as you can see, we got the shape all cut out, and now we'll just sand it so it 100% matches the profile here. As you can see, I didn't get right on the lines, but got it close enough that just needs a minor tweaking on the combination belt sander, disc sander there. So we'll get that set up, and we'll get her shaped, and we'll do a test fit. Alright, okay, here we go. We've got our high quality disc sander, belt sander combination unit here, and we'll get this all sanded right to the the lines, and then we'll give her a test fit on the table saw. See how well we did. Alrighty, here goes the vacuum. Alrighty. Make sure you guys can see here. There we go. Drop the blade down as far as we can. Yeah, looks like it'll be a really good fit. And you're probably wondering, well, gee, it doesn't go in. Well, that's because sadly the blade's a little higher. We got to take into account that, you know, so what we have to do here is we have to figure out where the blade is, and the easiest way to do that, right, take our original insert here, and trace around where the original opening was. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in here with our router, and we're going to route this area out here just to give us some clearance around this area, and that'll allow it to drop down. What we need to do is probably come probably about that deep or so, roughly. This is 1/2 inch, so probably we can come down 1/4 inch or so, and that should give us adequate clearance there to allow us to set the insert in there flush so that we can plow it through. So we'll grab the little trim router, and we'll just freehand out that area there, make so we can accommodate the 8-inch blade that's in there. Okay, as you can see, we got our little trim router here, and I've put a 1/4 inch upcutting spiral bit and the fence on it, so that we can route this channel nice and straight. As you see, I've secured the piece so I'm not having to hold it and it's not walking around all over the place. So basically what we're doing is we're just going to cut that in a nice clean cut. And just to widen it just that little bit, I'm going to move it, the fence back here a little bit. run another pass through it. And by the way, I've set this just a little over a quarter of an inch deep. And yes, we've managed to create a lot of dust with that. Okay. There we go. Got our nice dado in there that should cover the allow us to put the piece on the table saw. Let's see how we did. Well, it's a little tight, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. So we'll just give it a quick sanding on the disc sander and take a little bit more off just to get it a little looser in there. Be right back. Try that again. Oh, there we go. Starting to get a little better. Just like a little more off that one end, and I think we got her licked. Okay. Now we have to notch out for this little tab here and here. There's another tab that the original insert locks in on with these two springs. So we have to, seeing as how we won't be using those, we gotta trim that area out there. So I'm just gonna quickly zip that out with the flush cut here. We'll just notch those out. Whoops. And we'll get right back. Lighten the one side here just a tad. Alrighty. And that's going to clear there. It's going to clear there. And as you can tell, we're getting interference again from the blade. Unfortunately, the blade does not go down any further. So, what we're going to have to do we're going to take our rip fence here and we're going to set it over top. And we're going to lock it down. Okay, and we'll slowly raise this plate up here. Alrighty. Now we'll drop that blade back down. And we've created the perfect slot. But you notice, well, that's not performance, neither is that, right? Not exactly sitting flush there, is it? So we have to put some levelers on it. Right where these pads are. Okay, now that we got her fitted in there and the slot cut, I took the liberty of installing these screws in here to act as leveling feet, so we can adjust off these 4 pads here, so that when we put the insert in, you see it sits nice and flush to the top. And I also, you can see I freehand routed some of this material away, which wasn't required. 3/8 MDF would have been perfect for this, but I didn't have 3/8, so we used 1/2 inch there to do the job. And as you can see, it's in there, but it's kind of sloppy. So we got to figure out a way of holding that in there so that it's not so inclined to want to come flying out. And how we do that is we will take some screws and we will adjust them just so they come snug right up against here, and that'll lock it in. So let's get that done, and we'll be right back. And there we go. As you can see, it's nice and solid. Now I actually have to take a screwdriver to get her out, which is just the way we want it. And all I did was put that little screw in the back there, just to make it that little bit snug. So it locks into place and she's good and solid now. Now we have a zero clearance insert, which means because we don't have such a big, oh yeah, make a liar out of me. Because we don't have such a big opening around the blade, means we're less likely to get little slivers of wood, so when we're cutting thin strips, they don't fall into the saw. And that, you can paint that if you want, or do whatever, but that's the gist of a zero clearance insert. That concludes this video for this week. Hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing, and we'll see you next time. And remember, keep the rubber down and the shiny side up. Later.